Welcome to the G.N.A. podcast, Games, Nerds, and Alcohol. And yes, I'm back, bitches. It's been a very, very long couple of weeks, but hey, I'm here. I'm not queer. I mean, maybe I'm kind of queer. Everybody's kind of queer, depending on the definition of queer. We'll just go a little queer. Yes, that. Now you're going to punch me, Zyber, with that circle there. So, I'm your host, Cecil Xavier. We are back with another Friday night episode of the G.N.A. podcast. I'm going to go around the room. We've got a full crew tonight. Actually, I thought we were going to be down some people, but amazingly enough, people joined, so it's awesome. We've got Zyber from Zyber Games. How you feeling, man?
I feel like a little worm on a big fucking hook.
Feel like a little worm on a big fucking hook. Your mama must be proud of you, son. Great movie. And we're being joined by Shinzu. Shinzu, how you feeling, man?
Apparently I was muted, because I'm an idiot. I am doing great. I survived the Black Friday massacre, so
nice.
Great to be here.
Yes, it's the biggest, blackest Friday. And we're being joined by Shadow. Shadow, how you feeling, guy?
Fuck you, I'm great.
Okay, come on down. And we got Damok sitting here with us, too, with his shaggy hair going on. I swear to God, if you do a hay scoop right now, it would be perfect. How you feeling, man?
Hi, Scoop! No, fucking great, man. It's good to be fucking back.
Yeah, it's been a long one. So, I guess I should explain, like, what happened, where I was, because it's a bit of a sordid story. We got freaking, like, hey, Scoob, over there, freaking Shaggy. I gotta take a picture. Actually, hold on, I gotta screen cap this one. Where the hell are you? No, that's system requirements. Where the fuck is... Oh, there it is. We're going to snack that and put that later. So, yeah, as pretty much everybody in this room right now knows, I had a death in the family. My uncle, who pretty much I grew up with, every summer I can just remember spending in his basement apartment at my grandparents' house. He passed away. Thankfully... I say thankfully, the only thankfully about it was that it was quick. You know, the people were talking to him the day before, and the next day, you know, people were calling him, talking to him, his best friend, and my brother all called him the day before, and then the next morning, the nurse just found him slumped over, dead, like fully clothed, looked like he stood up and then just slumped right over. That was it. That was all she wrote. He was having some heart problems, so it wasn't all that unexpected, but it wasn't old. He was 69 years old. You know, last year he was still working, tutoring people. He was a great guy. He's the guy who got me into a lot of different things. In fact, looking in the video, you can probably see 3 guitars behind me right now. I wouldn't have 3 guitars here if he didn't influence me to play guitar. So... He's influenced me in a lot, and he's sorely going to be missed. But yeah, so it was taking care of that, taking care of the funeral, going and cleaning out a bunch of the stuff in his house because we had these reverse mortgage things, and I don't know if you guys know about reverse mortgages. Basically, when you die, the bank takes your house. You can either pay it all off, somebody can pay it all off, or the bank takes your house. That's basically how it goes. So we pretty much were clearing out stuff. We got, Shadow was actually making reference to a post I put on Facebook of his camera gear. You know, his old EOS 650, I think, is the body. And then a bunch of lenses that were with it. Old 35mm camera, which to the naked eye looks in pretty decent condition. But I can just remember him taking so many pictures with that damn camera. In fact, one of the things that I saved from his house was about 1,500 slide photos, which is going to take me a whole bunch of time to get out and scan. But here's a little funny story for you. So we spent, the entire weekend up there, and then, cleaning stuff out and whatnot. And, we got back pretty late, but we went to Thanksgiving dinner at my brother's house. And my wife was with us when we were cleaning stuff out. We get to my brother's house. We're getting everything all out of the car. We're trying to get all set up. And as my wife is doing something, a slide falls out of her pocket. So it must have been in her pocket when she had something with that slide in it. But she doesn't remember putting anything with slides in it in her pocket, but it fell out of her pocket when she went to go reach for her cigarettes. So she picks it up and she looks in it. And as she looks in it, she sees a person next to a sign, like a road sign. And no, he didn't smoke the road sign and end this shit quick. Don't worry about that. I saw that face, Shinzu. I saw the face. But in the sign itself, it's my uncle standing next to a sign that says surprise. And my wife just sits there and goes, really? That's how your uncle gets me? I pull out a slide falls out of my pocket that says surprise, and it's a picture of him. I laughed and I said, yeah, you know what? If Unc was going to do anything to you, that was what he was going to do to you. So let's, now that I've explained why I wasn't here last time around, and you guys had to endure the dark side, let's go around the room and find out what everybody's drinking. Let's pull that in reverse. Daymok, man, what do you drink with us tonight?
I am drinking Golden Monkey. I don't know how to describe it. It's high alcohol content. It's fun. A little punchy. Obviously, it was a little weird when we had it together, Cecil. It was not as punchy as I've had it in the smaller bottles, and you bought the larger bottle of it. But overall, it's good. I enjoy it. I can drink a 6-pack and then go.
Is that one of the larger bottles or smaller bottles?
I drink the smaller bottles. That's what they sell at the local Publix.
Nice. What about you, Shadow? What do you smoke? I mean, drinking.
Currently, I have this delicious Mountain Dew, and fuck you, it's my birthday, tequila!
Bravo, man! Bravo!
Yeah!
Woohoo!
Woo!
Now,
I don't know how I feel about the mixture of tequila and Mountain Dew.
one day we're actually going to have to show you how to enjoy alcohol versus shoot it. But hey, that's your drinking on the show? Fucking A right. Shinzu, what are you drinking with us tonight, man?
I am drinking something called a Beekeeper, which is a dry hopped mead from the local Colchester Mead House, Colchester Mead Hall. Very delicious. It's a very nice, lovely, aromatic mead that actually has a faint taste of hops.
Nice. Now, okay, so I gotta ask, because I drink mead a very specific way. How do you like your mead? And when I say how do you like your mead, temperature, glassware, whole 9 yards.
So, the glass is unchilled. I don't like chilling my glass, mainly because it tends to sweat like crazy next to my computer, which I don't like. I also like to have my mead slightly chilled, but not like ridiculously cold. And then I kind of like to sip it, and it changes flavor. As it gets warmer, it kind of has a different taste to it. So I like to kind of taste it over that. But if it's like really, really cold, I don't think you get the full mead flavor.
See, now, I enjoy mead. I enjoy mead a very, very specific way. And I'm a very weird person about my mead. I have to have a wooden mug. It's the weirdest thing in the world. And anybody listening to this is going, that does nothing for it. It totally does. When I drink mead out of a glass, exactly, I like the horn. Yeah. I need something porous. So when I drink mead out of a glass, like a glass, for some reason it doesn't have the right flavor. But I have a mug I specifically use for mead, and I don't get mead all that often. So this mug I'd pretty much been hanging on to for about 10 years because that's the last time I've had mead. But it's a wooden mug that's been charred out on the inside, and then it's been not sealed because they seal it by burning it, but it's been like cleaned, or there's like a finish on the inside.
Probably finally sanded and then almost polished, probably on the inside. Yeah,
it almost is like a polish, but there's definitely a finish on the inside. But I drink out of that mug all of my mead, and I like to have my mead anywhere from about cellar temperature on up. I don't like it much past room temperature. If it's too warm, then I'm kind of grossed out. But if it's too cold, like if it's anything past cellar temperature, I'll just sit there and wait for it to warm up, because it's all the flavor is gone.
Yeah, they do sell wooden cups as these guys fill up their chests as we talk. They do sell wooden cups there, and they also do have cups that have been carved out of horns, which is really cool. But like, I don't drink mead that often, and the mead hall tonight for Black Friday, they had a deal where you could purchase as much mead as you could carry for $195. So my girl and I went there. I tried to carry 6 cases. I couldn't quite manage it because the 6th case was past my head, so I was just sliding around and it fell off. And we could only get 5 to the car, but it's not a bad deal. I get 5 cases of mead for $200.
So I got to introduce you to the platform backpack. It's where you can stack cases on your back, and then you have cases on the front, and they meet over your head, and they balance themselves out so they all hold each other.
Oh, the deal with this was you had to carry them with your hands. You couldn't use anything else. You had to use your hands, and it was kind of painful because their boxes weren't really like hefty boxes. Like the bottom box of mine that I was carrying, I have like this big, like I put my claws into it and I started like ripping it because the cardboard started giving out. But if you grabbed it by the handles weren't strong enough to hold it, so you would rip the handles. So you have to do like this grab from the underside, so you're having like this thing lay on 2 flat surfaces. So it made it really difficult to carry to the car, which is why I didn't make it with 6. I only made it with the 5.
Well, that's still a valiant effort there. 5 cases of mead. What about you, Zyber? What do you drink with us? Oh,
hold on. Before I get to what I'm drinking, why don't you just, Jenga stack them?
I'll send you a picture of these cases, and there really isn't a way to Jenga stack them that would really make sense. Because I could have done it where they were like, one was vertical, and then stacked them like that. But the problem I would have had was that, like, I couldn't hold them far enough away from my body to make that really work.
Nah, see, what you got to do next time?
Fair enough.
Take a little blue pill just before you go in, then you've got something to pivot them on. You just stack one right on there, and the one in front of it, and you just hold onto it like that.
Hell, if I'm doing that, I'm going hands free. I'm just like, stack them up. Just sway my hips from side to side, and then like pelvic thrust them into the car.
All of a sudden, you're doing the friggin' time warp dance from Rocky Horror Picture Show with a bunch of friggin' mead stacks on you.
I'll be in my bunk.
You're damn straight you'll wait for me. Ass up, man.
What are you drinking with us tonight, Zyber?
All right. Well, tonight I am enjoying Collective Arts Ransack the Universe IPA. This is coming out of Stanford, Connecticut. It's part of the collective that this company is through. It's a very tasty IPA. It's hoppy sweet, but not too sweet. It's that nice balance to the bitter and sweet notes.
I friggin' love it.
And the can is freaking amazing. Check out the art on this thing.
Oh, dude, that is friggin' wild.
Yeah. If any of the listeners want to check out the can art for this, just go to my Instagram at ZyberBlood or at ZyberGames, and you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. It is phenomenal.
We got to get a section of the website that's just devoted to awesome can art and bottle art. Yeah, like there's another great one. Man, the artwork that these guys come up with. I mean, they're stoned off their gourd when they do it, but man, is it good. Well, I am... This is hard to explain. So, while we were going through my uncle's house, my uncle was not a drinker at all. Man, did he love his weed, though. I mean, he would get stoned off his gourd every single day of the week if he could. But he wasn't much of a drinker. In fact, in my entire life, I can only cognitively remember seeing him with a beer one time. My brother said that he's seen him with a beer a bunch of times, but I can only cognitively remember one time. Anywho, while I was cleaning out his place, we found a bottle of rum underneath his counter. Now, this wasn't good rum. Before you go thinking, oh man, this must have been like rum hanging out there. No. I've had this rum on the show before. This rum is called Rye and Nephew's Overproof Rum. Now, if you're curious what Rye and Nephew's Overproof Rum is, it's a clear rum, and it's good for 2 things: degreasing engines and killing brain cells. Yes, I just stole that from The Matrix. So in honor of him, since I found said bottle of rum there, I am drinking Orion Nephew's overproof rum. And I put about 6 or so shots in my glass here, and I filled the rest of it with Coke. Because I think it's 120 proof rum or 130 proof rum. It's very potent. And the only way to describe this is it put hair on your hairs. In fact, this put hairs on the mosquito that was biting me. That's how, like, potent this stuff is. So by the end of this show, if I'm still cognitive, we'll call it a good night.
So you're saying it's the cure for the Zika virus?
It's the cure for the everything virus. I lit this shit on fire. I didn't see a flame.
All right, let's bet on which electronic device he's going to end up spitting his drink onto this time.
Okay, first off, this isn't a live cast. Second off, Zyber's already told all his jokes. I'm used to them now. There's no way he's going to make me laugh.
It's the Yeti.
Nope.
It's the Yeti. I guarantee it. It's the Yeti.
I'll take that challenge.
Oh, great. This is perfect. All right, so next segment, State of Games. Now, I'm going to be super lame, so I'm going to start off in hopes, in praying that you guys redeem me because I suck at life. So
I got you.
So I have been playing incredibly little. In fact, over this past 2 weeks, I think I've played about an hour of Graveyard Keeper, and I played about 30 or 40 minutes of Rocksmith just before the show. And the reason I played that is because, well, and I'll put pictures of it as soon as I can have a chance, but also, again, cleaning out my uncle's house, we found this guitar, and this guitar looks like a violin, but it's an electric guitar. And I've got to figure out what type of guitar it is because it's missing all the electronics in it. But, you know, I haven't found a guitar, an electric guitar that I can't put the electronics back together for a few $100. But the body of this, it's amazing. And the neck of it almost looks like it has pearl inlaid in the neck. Because when we found it, the case was, of course, all moldy and disgusting. We open it up and it's got this purple, like, shag on the inside of it. And I'm looking at this thing going, well, this doesn't look that bad. I pick it up and I'm like, wow, this guitar is in good shape. So I gave it a smell to see if it smelled moldy. Because, you know, once you get mold in wood, it's over. You know, there's nothing you can do about it. You can seal it, but it's just that wood's going to rot. Well, I picked it up, still felt solid. It didn't smell moldy. And I'm like, holy shit. This is a decent guitar. It's a decent shaped guitar. Didn't have any electronics, but now I'm looking at it going, geez, I got to figure this out. So I showed one of the guys from work it, and he goes, that looks a lot like one of those guitars that the Beatles used to have, like that style. And I'm thinking to myself, I really hope that this is just a guitar he shoved in the back of his like friggin' closet, and it's got no actual historic value to it. Because knowing my luck, my uncle stole it from, like, Paul McCartney or something like that. So that's my state of games. Literally just playing a little bit of Rocksmith. I haven't even, you know what's lame? I haven't even been playing games on my phone. Like, that's how lame I am. All right, so, Zyber, what's your state of games there, Haas?
Well, my state of games. Well, yeah. It's been just Pokemon. Seriously, that's all I've been playing. I just figured out that there's a new purpose for all those critters that I don't want to get rid of, but they're taking up too much room. I can actually send them to Let's Go Eevee, and they have some value there. And I free up space in Pokemon Go, so it works out. I warmed up to the game, even though I beat it with just a very OP Eevee. It was ridiculously OP.
Yeah, once you told me that, I saw that. I instantly went, that doesn't sound like a good thing.
The whole game, I didn't switch out of Eevee once because one hit did the job. And, yeah. I was like, okay, it can't be the constant thing. But once I got to Moltres, I beat Moltres in 2 hits. I was like, holy crap, all right, this sucks. Arcano, same thing. Yeah. Jolteon, destroyed Jolteon with 1 move. All the birds, the legendary birds I destroyed within 2 or 3 moves. And I got to battle Mew, but I don't want to have to buy the game again, so yeah. Because the only way I think you could get Mew is if you got the special pack like D has. Once you sink the ball, it sends the code for, or the unlock for Mew too. So yeah, I've just been playing that. And now it's just a part of me getting like special boxes in Pokemon Go.
Nice. What about you, Shinzu? What's your state of games there, guy?
So I had a busy work week, and I was recovering from, as you probably can tell, my voice sounds a little on the scratchy side. I was recovering from a ailment, but I've been playing some PlayerUnknown, this Gremlin game from Steam. It's actually a board game called Gremlin versus Automatons, and it's a pretty enjoyable game. I thought about getting Fallout 76, immediately got cancer and then died, so then I decided it wouldn't be worth it, especially based upon the reviews of the game. I also then was playing a very long gaming segment, and noticed my eyes started hurting. So I went out and got this backlight for my computer monitor. That's a RGB. I can change the colors on it, and noticed that my eye strain from long gaming sessions have pretty much ceased. So I've been able to do a lot more gaming. I was, of course, playing Skyrim, and I've been looking for new games to purchase, but I haven't really found any games that are coming out that have made me go, this isn't an immediate rehash of something I played last year.
When you say you got a backlight for your monitor, what do you mean?
So I got a set of basically, you know, those Philip Hue bulbs that you can buy there on the strip that you can basically glue down and staple down. This one has a 3M glued to it, like a glue tacky tape that you literally just press to the back of your monitor, and it feeds into a USB, and I have a USB hub right next to my monitor, so I just have it up and around the outside edge of my monitor from left above down to the right side, plugged in, and I can change the colors on it depending upon what game I'm playing, along with the brightness as well. Plus, I can just have it do its flashing mode, where it just goes between different modes and flashing lights, which is pretty cool.
Huh? Yeah, because I've just got the glasses that reduce a lot of the blue light that Daymok, of course, is not wearing any longer. The bitch.
I thought about getting those. Are the Gun-Rs? Yeah, I thought about getting those as well. But for this one was today because I went out on Black Friday. This RGB lighting was $20 versus $60 for the glasses. So I was like, I'll go with this first, and then if I really want to get the those glasses, I'll go for it. But this seemed to be a way to be a cheaper alternative, as well as a pretty cool one as well, because it matches now the color of my keyboard, the color of my computer, all that good
and
stuff.
Zyber's not wearing the glasses either. What do you say in Zyber?
Yeah, I got the puck version of that, Shinzu.
Oh, nice. I should also point out that I'm wearing glasses, so I know I can get Gun-R glasses in prescription type, but for all those guys who wear glasses like me, you know that their things are expensive as hell. So
contacts.
I just get so annoyed with wearing glasses.
Yeah, I wanted to get contacts, but that's an entirely new story for that one.
What about you, Daymok? What's your state of games there, guy?
Well, I picked up a pair of HD6XXs. I bought a shit stack. The company's called Shit, SCHIIT. I got the little multi-bit Magni, or the multi-bit and the Magni amp. I've been doing that and enjoying a lot of audio recently. Not as many games. I have played, Graveyard Keeper, and I've been playing the Stanley Parable, which actually sound amazing in these new headphones, which I'm really excited for. And the reason I'm not wearing the glasses, I left them in my pants upstairs, and I'm wearing pajama pants because I guess it's the day after Christmas, and I have been forced into setting up the Christmas tree and starting the Christmas decorations already.
Womp 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 womp.
Excuses.
What about you, Shadow? What's your state of games?
Okay, I'd like to clarify that this is the tipsiest I've been in a while on the show. But Spider-Man!
Spider-Man.
Gonna suck a dick.
Spider-Man!
Me and Zyber just do the same
Spider-Man.
motion.
Spider-Man!
Spider-Man.
That's So we picked up the Black Friday $200 PS4 Spider-Man thing. And Skylar's been playing a lot of Spyro. A lot of Spyro. So much Spyro. She's actually almost beaten the first game.
Is that the pro?
No, just the regular. Would have been nice if it was the pro, so...
Well, I got Skyrim here for the PS4 if you want to crank through that at some point in time. I also have Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, like I need to crank through Skyrim for a 8th time.
I also have Horizon Zero Dawn, which is an exclusive for PlayStation.
Well, what's next for me after I finish Spider-Man is Red Dead 2.
Oh, yeah.
Since that was part of the agreement of getting it.
He just wants to see the shrinking horse balls.
I want to see the shrinking
I mean,
horse
who
balls.
wouldn't?
Wait a second here. This is Shadow talking about his next thing is going to be Red Dead when I believe The Witcher 3 got a new Chronicle edition, and why the fuck are you not playing it?
Because Shadow is trying to spend less money on things.
Yet you bought a PS4.
Skylar bought a PS4
Okay.
that came with Spider-Man. You making the jerkin motions. Spider-Man.
Dude, I can still remember the first time Zyber did that, and I freaking died laughing. I think I had to mute myself because I was dying laughing. That's how hard it was.
We got it, but it's primarily for her. She works 12-hour days in front of a computer. She doesn't want to come home and sit in front of a computer and game some more. So it's primarily for her. But I'm catching up on the exclusives that were either console exclusives like Red Dead or PlayStation exclusives like The Last of Us. It's $6 on PlayStation Plus right now. So
And it's worth it.
playing some catch up.
Last of Us is a great game.
Yeah. So I don't like the idea of exclusives, but fuck it. It was $200 that she paid for.
It's a good call. That's a good call. Well, with everything that's been going on, I really didn't have a specific topic of the show. However, I gotta ask you guys, did you hear about the friggin' CDC recalling romaine lettuce?
Yes, and putting out a notice on salmonella, severe salmonella outbreaks on turkey.
Salmonella?
Yeah, salmonella?
That's the thing that kind of blew me away, though.
Salmonella.
With salmonella,
Wad dice?
like really, like it's in. They say it's in everything, like chickens, eggs, all this other stuff. So, of course it's there, but you cook it for a reason.
You don't cook lettuce.
Whoa, 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 whoa. The CDC just announced that bacon is healthier for you than salad. So fuck you guys, I'm eating more bacon.
Exactly.
I don't eat food that my food eats.
I went to Panera for lunch today, and I was like, "Can I get a salad?" They're like, "We don't have any salad. We got rid of all of our romaine lettuce." I was like, "All right, I'll take some soup."
Do people talk like that where you're from?
Yeah.
Why though?
Yeah, he's in Vermont.
It's called
Yeah.
inbreeding. I'm sure you understand that from being from
We used
Virginia.
to nickname the Vermonters stump jumpers. And it's not because they would hop over them.
So,
Hey man,
Shadow,
you gotta pump that maple syrup out somehow.
yeah, Shadow, you've been to a fast food place around here, and they all say, "Y'all want fries and that?" And everybody gets confused.
Yeah, it's fine though. This is the Confederacy.
Yeah, it's always weird when you're up in, like, upstate New York or near Vermont and you see a Confederate flag in the back of a truck. And you look at it and you're like, okay, I mean, to each their own, but you realize you're about 500 miles north of that, right?
Dude, we have cars that drive around with that here, and they drive around with the Confederate flag. But don't worry, it's for history.
I like the air quotes.
Oh, heritage, not hate. Come on now.
No, hey,
that's right, sorry.
I'm all down with anybody doing whatever the hell they want.
It's heritage.
Like,
Heritage.
I'm definitely not going to be the guy to say, hey, take that statue down. It's offensive. However, I will tell you to get off my lawn. Get off my lawn, Shuddy!
I will not get off your lawn.
No, you'll get off on my lawn.
I've done that too.
Well, you have sexy garden gnomes.
Actually, we got those fairies in the front by the rose bush. They're actually kind of hot.
That's where I did it.
I wasn't going to say anything, but I might have nutted on your lawn as well.
Yeah, it seems to be a common thing. Everybody who seems to visit, it's like, hey, just don't go over by the rose bush. Okay.
There's some nymphos there.
I also did it on the back patio.
No, I feel sorry for that.
Well, I was depressed at the time.
Yeah, I can understand
Party
that.
foul. I did the OPC.
Oh,
He
I'm
does.
sad. What can I do to make myself feel better? I know. I'll nut on the porch.
Nutting always makes me happy.
He does have a very sexy tree sitting in that backyard. And you're
Oh,
like,
with that split?
always makes me feel better.
Yeah, you can just kind of lay it in the middle and just kind of go back and forth. Oh, yeah. I'll be right back, guys.
Christ, when I was down there, I used his fence for assistance.
Oh, the crepe myrtle
You have
fence?
an electric fence?
You also used me for assistance.
Well, you were a given.
Well, he needs encouragement sometimes. You gotta...
I was going to say, he got out of that car, you ran up to him and dry docked him, like, full core.
Here's how I met Zyber in real life. He opened up the sliding door of a van. He ran at me when I was trying to get something out of my car, and he dry humped my leg. Then D joined him.
He's not wrong.
Actually, I joined him. D didn't join him, I joined him.
I don't recall. I'm trying
I
to
was gonna
block it
say,
out.
D's a married man.
So are we.
This is true. I was trying to contain my laughter about saying that he's a married man. He wouldn't hump anything else and be like, no, he's humped a lot of other shit. All inanimate objects, too.
The married status didn't change the
Hold
hot
on,
tub.
hold on. He won't hump, but he'll surely lick.
Lick that pole. Oh, yeah. Woohoo.
Yeah, he did lick that pole. That was a grungy-ass pole.
Oh, man. God, I'm itching right now just thinking about it.
What do you think the thought process was after he licked it and actually tasted it? And he's sitting there like just rolling his tongue in his mouth like, That tastes like disappointment and father abuse.
Yeah, that tastes like daddy issues.
Tastes like daddy issues and broken dreams.
Oh, God.
No, she's going to be a doctor, man. She's just saving up for it.
Well, yeah, she's in her 23rd semester at community college.
Phoenix of Arizona online.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah, we're going to be sued by every stripper that's listening to this.
So
That's
none.
right.
But not by Phoenix of Arizona.
I've accidentally licked a stripper's ass, and yeah, it's been a little awkward ever
Yeah,
since.
see, that's okay, though. That's a singular person that's like, oh, I licked that ass. D licked the pole where hundreds of women rubbed up and down on.
And you have to
Oh,
remember
God.
that they don't clean those poles. So that pole probably was installed after that day. That was the cleanest that pole has ever been in its life. It has just basically been.
Whoa.
Yeah, all they do is wipe it down with a rag, and it's not like that really gets rid of bacteria or anything. They just wipe it down a little bit.
Hold on. They have a spray.
And that's just to dry it off.
We don't know what the spray is, but they would spray it, then they'd, jerk the pole off.
Yeah, all that spray is like deer musk. That's all it is.
Now, Texas has full nude strip clubs, and when I was stationed down there, yeah, they actually Lysol the poles before each girl, so you're like, okay, that's a little worrisome.
No, not this place. This place was a dingy, it was Massachusetts, right?
Actually, it wasn't that bad. It was Premier Gentlemen's Club, and to be perfectly honest, when we were driving into that place, it was Worcester, Mass. And when we were driving into that place, it was scary. Like it went from like, oh hey, a rural area to barbed wire and bars on the windows.
Right, but once we got in the parking lot,
We're in a minivan.
some of those vehicles in there were like, okay, this has to be a good joint. I mean, there's a few very high end.
Well, yeah,
cars
like
in
when we
here.
got there, all of a sudden it's like, man, and I'm backtracking. I'm like, hey guys, if this place doesn't work out, we can go someplace else. We'll find someplace else. We get to this place and it's like a 10-foot high fence, chain link fence with barbed wire around the entirety of it.
Razor
and
wire.
we're like, holy shit, they mean some business. You get in, you go through into the fence, into the parking lot, and you're like, okay, so I feel pretty safe here. Then you get into the place. Outside doesn't look like much. You get into there and all of a sudden you're like, wow, this place is actually pretty good. They had like a pool table set up. They had like a whole bar. I mean, nobody was in the bar. They were all in the main room. And that main room where the stage was huge. It really was big.
That's what they said about Ron.
Oh man, Ron. Dude. Like seriously? I thought that he was going to cream his pants because like he was up there on stage. So we're all up there and there's a bunch of us lining up on stage and, we're throwing money at the girls. And then I saw Ron like eyeballing this one girl. Now Ron, just heads up, is Dee and Shinzu's father. So I see him.
There is a debate about that. The legitimacy. There is serious debate about this.
So I see Ron eyeballing this girl. I'm like, I'm watching and I'm kind of keeping an eye on it. And I see him eyeballing a girl and I see him go to like get up off the stage because he's like physically run out of money. So I like run up, he's going to stand up. I put my hands on his shoulders. I put him back down and I slide 60 or 70 ones into his front pocket. I'm like, no, stay here, man. You're fine. You're good. And I look over and I see this girl that he keeps looking at. And he keeps eyeballing her. So she goes out of eyesight and I run over. I'm like, hey, here's what I need you to do. I was like, see that guy right there in the flannel up there on stage there? I was like, I just need you to go there, grab him and just drag him into the back. It's like, just show him the time of his life. And I'm like, here's some money. And I think I threw like $100 at her. It's like, just here's some money. Just make him remember it. She's like, okay, no problem. So she walked right over. He's sitting there throwing some money. She sneaks up from behind and she grabs a hold of him and starts pulling him out of the chair. And he's all looking like, what? And he's just doesn't know what's going on. She drags him into the back. They disappear. When he comes back out, he's got a smile so big, like it was the Cheshire Cat.
If you ever tell my mother that story, she's going to rip your scrotum off and use it as a raincoat.
Dude, she's going to rip out my spine and use it as a putting iron.
I will just say, like, driving you guys before and after that was horrible. It was like having 9 drunk children in my vehicle screaming and yelling 8 different directions.
Dude, on the way back, we kept opening up the friggin' van doors.
Which one? Somebody had an open beer in the car, too. Who was that?
I think there was multiple of us that had...
All of us.
I was multiple. At one point in time, I don't remember. I think Dee tried to get out of the van almost as it was moving.
Yep. Yeah, that was a good time. I actually almost threw up that night too because we were pounding alcoholic beverages back.
Well, the worst part was that like we went back to the place that they had like rented out for the wedding, and originally they had a closed bar. It was closed bar. You had to pay for the beer that you had, but we had beer that we brought ourselves, and originally they said we could have it, and then we started drinking it. And they said, no, you can't have it. You have to buy it from the bar. And we're like, what? The bar is closed. And like, yes, you'll have to wait till tomorrow. And we're like, no.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
Like, we're a bunch of drunk. I mean, we're professional alcoholics right now. And you're telling us we have to wait till tomorrow to drink booze?
More importantly, I just drove you guys to and from a strip joint where I couldn't have anything to drink because I was DD. So I was going to drink when I got back.
Yep. And I remember we were drinking in the parking lot because we couldn't drink in the building.
Yeah, and we ended up drinking like in the middle. We had to go to, not even close. It was like at the very edge of the driveway almost because we weren't allowed technically to be on the property. So we had to like go far enough out. I can't remember where I'm pretty sure. I know we stashed some beer in a location there as well. I'm pretty sure it's still
It probably
there.
is.
Because we never went back.
It's probably a time capsule. We're going to go back there one day and be like, hey, D, you remember here? Oh, let's go see. And we're going to find those beers still there. I'm going to be like, oh, they should be good. We open one up. Nope, skunked. We're good. Outsies.
We're gonna drink it anywhere. You
Yeah,
know we are.
I know. We'll drink it. But then
I tried to sign that story the best I could using body language.
well, you didn't rub your nipples enough.
Oh, damn, that's where I messed up. I didn't rub my nipples enough.
Yeah, you didn't rub your nipples or your groin region nearly enough for the story.
Oh,
They were strippers in the story.
damn.
Yeah, and I think the ones that were hidden off onto the side of that one little lot, I think they were Guinness. So they're going to be nice milk stouts by now.
Dude, you had a never-ending freaking Guinness that night. When we left there, he thought he drank like 3 Guinness, and he was totally convinced that he was a lightweight. Because every time, and I didn't know that the article, because the article was there too, I didn't realize that he was doing the exact same thing I was. So every time I walked by Zyber's, where Zyber was, I'd pick up his can and I'd shake it. And if it was like anywhere past half empty, I would replace it with another Guinness. So I'd walk up to the bar, grab another Guinness, and I'd do a swap. But I'd always do it when he wasn't looking. So he'd pick it back up and he'd start drinking and we'd all be laughing. He'd be sitting there pounding him back. And I'd sit there and every now and then I'd be like, hey, you need a new brew? And he's like, oh yeah. And he'd finish off that one. And then I'd go grab him a new one. And, I didn't realize it, but the article was doing the exact same thing. So he went through about 15 or 20 Guinness.
Yeah, but the article, when you were doing your thing, I'd see another beer next to mine. I'd be like, okay, this one isn't drank yet. That's not mine yet. I'd finish that, put it off to the side, and he'd be like, dude, you didn't touch your beer. That's your beer. And it didn't. I was like, wait, I thought I just drank that. No, it's right there. You haven't even touched it. And I'm like, all right.
Dude, it was so bad. Like, it was probably, we were there, I think we were there for about 4 hours. And it was about halfway through. I'm outside and I'm smoking a cigarette. And Zyber comes out and he's like, dude, I'm really fucked up, man. I've only had like 2 beers. I'm really fucked up. And I'm like, no, man, you're all right. You're good. Don't worry. Let's get back in there. Let's jump right back on that horse. He's like, dude, I don't know, man. I'm really drunk. And I'm like, no, man, you've only had a couple beers. You can't be that drunk.
Yeah, and then we went back inside, had a bunch of freaking Jaeger shots.
Oh, yeah. Friggin' D drips it out and he's like, hey, want some Jaeger? I'm like, fucking A, right? We want some Jaeger. So he's sitting there with a friggin'
That stuff was so disgusting.
a mug of Jaeger, and we're all doing shots. And I'm like, yeah, I'll take the little glass.
Speaking of little, that little freaking waitress. Oh my God,
that poor girl.
What happened to her?
I got her very drunk.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I got her very, very drunk. Every time I went to the bar to get Zyber a new drink, she would be there and she would go, Hey, I'm your wait. I'll bring you. What do you want? I'll bring it to you. I'm like, no. I'm doing a switcheroo so that my friend doesn't know. And she's like, well, it's all right. I can switch it for you. I'm like, no. It's all right. I got this. I'm like, but what are we drinking? And so the first time I said that, she's like, how about champagne? And I'm like, I know that trick. Negative. What are you really drinking? And she says, Jaeger? I'm like, oh, God damn it. All right. 2 shots of Jaeger. So every time I went up, we drink some Jaeger. So, so she kept coming to the table and she kept drinking. I went back to the bar to go grab something. I forgot. I think I went to the bar to go organize D getting up on stage. And the bartender, little like 5'5", maybe 90 pounds, soaking wet. She comes out from behind the bar and she starts beating the shit out of me. And I don't mean like she's playfully slapping like, oh, ha, 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 ha. No, she's closed fist with rings punching me. If she could get higher, she would have been punching me in the face. And she's like, what did you do to my waitress? I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? I'm like, what? What did I do to your waitress? She's like, you got her drunk. I'm like, I didn't get her drunk. She's fine. And I look over and I point at her. She's over trying to serve another table. She's literally got a tray with beers in it. She hands one person their beer, and then she falls over onto a bunch of other people and dumps all the rest of the beers all over the place. And she's just sitting there laughing, and she's like trying to pick up beers and hand them out. And I look over at her, and then I look back at the waitress and I go, yeah. Or back at the bartender, I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. That was me. I'm really sorry about that.
I think the best part of that night was that both of my brothers they're both lightweights, honestly, when it comes to drinking alcohol. D more so now that he hasn't really been priming his liver on the daily or semi-daily, but watching D get blasted and the article get drunk was pretty hilarious.
Oh, yeah. Great night. We got to do that again sometime. We got to go back to that same spot and get blitz drunk again.
No, because they're going to have your face on it and be like, waitresses, beware of this man.
They will. We got to bring Damok and Shadow, though. We got to drag them up.
Oh, you don't need to bring me because we got God the same way. It was 50-cent beer night, and we just kept refilling his cup over and over again, and he thought he drank like 3 or 4 beers. He was piss-ass drunk. And of course, Jägermeister makes Damok nicer, and I will drink the shit out of it. There are several empty bottles of Jägermeister in the house now because people have discovered that. But yeah,
I think God's behind you trying to say something.
So dumb.
Talk about the time 400 ounces in a 3-hour period.
Yeah, 400 ounces in a 3-hour period. We got God to drink because we just kept pouring it in, and he would go to the bathroom and he'd come back and be like, "Oh shit," and drink it and be like, "I thought I drank more than that." Go back to the bathroom, we pour his cup full again, and oh, he was so fucking drunk. It was great.
I don't know how y'all drink Jägermeister. It's disgusting.
You gotta shout Jägerbomb.
I don't know about the making Damok nice thing, because it wasn't so long ago that Damok drank Jaeger and he was acting all nice. And, you know, a nice Damok, he'd actually send out a box.
Yes. A nice Damok sends out a box, but a drunk Damok forgets. And I consider myself a professional alcoholic. Your box is coming eventually, probably 6 years from now.
See, now the thing that confuses me is how did God get drunk? Because anything he drinks immediately comes out of him.
That's a very, very good question. I'm not quite sure how God gets drunk.
Tampons.
Yeah, maybe he does use tampons. I'm not 100% sure. He plugs himself up, and that's how the alcohol stays in. But yeah, any alcohol that goes in him immediately comes back out. But if you keep feeding him alcohol, he gets very friendly, very nice, and then pukes all over the BMW. Or wait, that might have been me. But it was a really good
I actually
time.
have a BMW story, but go ahead, Zyber, what do you got?
I think he uses the catheter flush.
Dude, he doesn't need it, man. Like, seriously. What he goes, it goes in, it comes out. Like, it's like, it's a straight pipe. It just, you could almost see him, like, pouring it in, and you see it literally going straight pipe down, and then it would come out.
No, that can't be accurate, because we were able to trace our systems using that Carolina Reaper jerky, and he had the same problem we did.
Oh, man, that jerky. God, what the hell was Buffalo thinking bringing that shit in? I mean, it was good, but oh my God.
And God just ate it. He ate it like candy.
He can eat spicy. Anything spicy. I always, when we get Thai food, I always tip extra and say, make it burning hot. If it gives him blisters in his mouth, I will give you $100. And they don't. He keeps adding pepper to his food. I don't understand. He can consume food like it's nothing. If it's burning hot, it's nothing.
Wait. I think I figured it out. Birds can't taste spice. That's why spice exists. Is he a goddamn bird?
No, you're a bird.
Spice is life.
Did you check his head for feathers?
Maybe. Is he shitting on cars when they're clean?
Spice is life.
He might be a bird.
Has he ever shit on a car?
Yes.
He's a bird.
He has shit on a car.
He's a bird.
I have seen him I've watched him shit on a car. Never again will I ever watch a human being pretend to be a bird and shit on a car.
He's not pretending. He's actually a
He's
bird.
It's just a cover. He's a big bird.
He's a fucking bird.
So, not to derail this conversation, what was the actual topic we were supposed to discuss tonight? Because obviously I missed last week.
Oh shit, we had a topic?
I would hope so.
What the fuck is going on?
Zyber, what was the topic?
Well, the topic has been stripper stories. And let's see. I guess I will continue on from what you have already mentioned. We got a buddy, and we got him really shit-faced on his 22nd birthday, and we took him to Stars in Fort Hood, Texas. Right? It's clean, and it's the worst stripper joint. You thought barbed wire fences was kind of nasty? Nah, these were very voluptuous, C-section voluptuous women. It was very, very bad. If she weighed under 500 pounds, I'd be absolutely amazed. And we figured out that she could squirt. So, we get, it gets better.
How this has gone from a person dying to a woman squirting, I will never know.
I have no idea what we're doing. But fuck it, we found a girl who at least weighed 500 pounds that could squirt, and we introduced my buddy to her and said, hey, sit down, have a good time. We paid her extra to squirt on him. He was very excited for it until she squirted, was not so excited for the squirt. It got in his mouth. It was bad. He came back. We drank a lot of alcohol after that. And then we had somebody with us that was like, holy shit, she squirted in your mouth? What if I pay her extra? Can she do that again? And it went from there until it finally got to the point that he was way too drunk to even sit down. And we're like, yeah, just go with this other girl. It will be great. Get a lap dance. The shit smear was 12 inches after she grinded on him. 12.
Oh, God. You never eat Taco Bell before you have to go on to perform stripping duties.
I just lost all fidelity on that groan, but I don't care.
Why in the world would you order a sushi splash from a stripper joint?
Oh, I mean, what better place to order one from?
Bodega Sushi.
Oh, God.
I'm tasting that shit from here.
Dude, I just had sushi today, too. You can't do that to me. You can't drop Bodega Sushi on me after I actually had sushi today. God damn. Okay, so I got a quick story time with Cecil BMW story. So I'm in Texas. It was almost a lifetime ago when I was working up in New York. So I was working for a company. They sent me to Texas for it was a dealer show or whatever. So I'm down there and I'm with this guy. His name is Tommy Kelto. And Tommy, if you're listening to this, please, for the love of God, don't out me to whoever this was down in Texas. So we got drunk, and I mean, we got drunk. There was an after party for the show. They had like a party, and then they had an after party, and the after party was sponsored by Epson. Now, Epson, you may realize, is a big printer company. Epson makes a whole bunch of printers for point of sales, for home, for office, a whole bunch of stuff, okay? So when they sponsor a party, they sponsor a party. We literally had 3 hours of open bar. And it was anything you wanted. It was open bar from top shelf down. We drank a lot. We were doing shots. We were doing drinks. We did some weird blue stuff that we snorted. Like, there was it was a party. So afterwards, we got back. And as most of you know, I don't sleep that much. So we get back to the hotel, and Tommy falls asleep. So I'm sitting there almost, shit, man. I'm still fucking riled up. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to do this. So I'm like, well, what the fuck am I going to go do? All right. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to go check it out. So I go out into the parking lot, and I just start roaming around. Granted, I'm drunk in Texas. I have no real clue where I am, but I'm going to go fucking roam around. So I'm roaming around in the parking lot. And I'm really, really drunk. Oh, what do you got, Zyber?
Is this another brother's wedding kind of scenario?
Mildly. So I'm out there. I find the bar. I go in. I have some more drinks. And at some point in time, I black out. No clue what happened. Completely out. So I wake up the next day, and I'm laying on this couch. So there's a bed in the room that I could have slept on, but I'm laying on this like little love seat couch. Now, you know me. I'm a tall guy. You know, I'm like 6.5 feet tall. And I'm laying on this love seat. And I'm like all contorted laying on this damn love seat. I wake up. I'm roaming around. I'm like, man, if I could find that gnome that took a dump in my mouth last night, I will kill him. And I'm just like, I'm brushing my teeth. I'm going, ah. So I reach into my pocket. And I pull out, like, you know, the hood ornament to one of those old BMWs. And I'm looking at this thing going, what the fuck is this? Like, it took me a second to realize what the hell it was. Because I haven't seen a hood ornament in years. Since, like, my grandfather's car. So I'm looking at this thing going, what the hell is there a hood ornament doing in my pocket? That's fucking weird. So we're going downstairs, we're checking out because we're getting ready to drive over to the airport to leave. And as we're leaving, as we're walking out of the hotel, there's a whole bunch of cops outside. And they're all surrounding this BMW. And I look over and I go, oh shit, that's the BMW. I took the hood ornament from a fucking BMW. Like, I am so fucked right now. I'm thinking, I left prints all over the place. I was drunk. I was like, holy shit, I am so fucked right now. I gotta get out of this state. So it turns out, I didn't just take the hood ornament. Not only did I take the hood ornament, but I also picked the lock on the car, disabled the alarm, took the front seats out of it, put them in the back, and I took apart his dash. And when I say took apart his dash, I mean everything was out. The stereo was out, all the wires were pulled apart, the fuse panel was ripped apart. I friggin' disassembled this whole guy's car. And I'm sitting there looking at it, and Tommy sees me like staring, and I am white. I mean, I'm white as a sheet right now. And he looks at me and he goes, are you feeling all right? I look at him, I'm like, no, man, I am definitely not all right. He's like, do we have to leave right now? And I said, the faster we can get out of here, the better off we will be. We got in the car. We probably drove 100 miles an hour to get to the friggin' airport, to get past checkpoint. I'm like, look, they're not going to go past checkpoint to get me. Like, I'm safe once I get there. Even though I know they will, I'm thinking in my mind, I am safe once I get past checkpoint. So yeah, it turns out that when Cecil gets really, really drunk and blacks out, he either roams around and almost gets enlisted, or he takes apart cars.
That's just vandalism. It's fine.
And I'm hoping there's a statute of limitation on that.
Most likely there is. Since you didn't take anything, it's just vandalism. Maybe destruction of property.
I technically took the hood ornament.
Yeah, and the dude's probably got insurance.
Well, the hood ornament itself would be a cost, but I don't think Texas is as bad as Virginia.
Texas, it doesn't matter what you do. They don't give a shit half the time anyways.
Yeah, so... Yeah, that was my BMW story. Zyber, are you eating that Reaper jerky stuff that you had?
It is maple pepper jerky, and it is quite delicious.
Oh, thank God. I thought we were talking about Reaper jerky, and you held it up, and I didn't get to read the package. I was really hoping it wasn't Reaper jerky.
I found leftovers, and there's Carolina in the name. But that's barbecue sauce. It's delicious.
Barbecue sauce.
It's from Aldi. Aldi Carolina sauce, endorsed by Shadow. Delicious.
Though I will say, the name on the bag is Buffalo Bill, so I'm probably eating people.
It puts the lotion on its skin. But you know what? While you're eating people, that is really soft jerky, I bet.
It's hit and miss. Hit and miss.
When he's preparing the jerky, he doesn't let people put lotion on the skin. That's why it dries out.
Oh, good point. Good point. Good point. All right, well, Zyber, where can people find you at, man?
Well, people can find me palling around on the G.N.A. Discord, Facebook, and Twitter, as well as my own Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Nice. Shinzu, where can people find you at, man?
People can find me sticking around here at the G.N.A. podcast. You can also find me on Twitter. The handle for Twitter is Secret Solvent, all one word. That's Secret Solvent on Twitter.
Holy sheep shit, you actually have a Twitter?
Yeah, well, hey, I've been announcing this for at least 3 weeks now. Come on. At least 3 weeks. Get off my back, all right?
What about you, Davok? Where can people find you at?
I just hang out in the G.N.A. podcast for the most part, and you can find me there.
Nice. And Shadow, when you are not dying after playing 17 hours of a game and losing all progress, where can people find you at?
Stuffing my face with bread at morganbs.com.
Sounds about right.
Bread.
And I am Cecil Xavier, your host. You can find me on Twitter at Cecil vs. Games. You can find me on Twitch, Mixer, Ustream, Facebook, and pretty much everywhere else at Cecil Xavier. You can also find me trolling around the G.N.A. Discord, Yeah Dude Gamers Discord, Josh of All Trades, TPCs. Actually, TPC, Susan was kind enough to bing in and let me know that they made more money through Extra Life than G.N.A. did. So we gotta turn that around. We gotta do like an extra life stream and get a little bit extra cash just to bump us above TPC so we can say, ha, we made it. We made it past you. Ha ha. Ha ha ha.
What was theirs?
I don't know. I didn't look. I just got a message from her. I love her though.
It's probably way higher.
We love Susan though. We love Susan and Brian, and we love all them over at TPC. We hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes or your favorite podcast app. Reviews help other people find the show. So if you enjoy listening to us, spread the word. You can also find us on services like Google Play, Music, Podcast Addict, Stitcher, Spreaker, Player FM, MyTuner, Your Listen, and wherever the hell else you want to find us. And yes, we are on Spotify. We're up there now. It took us a long and arduous task, but we finally got there. You can follow us on Twitter. Look just search at G.N.A. Podcast or join the Discord. Just see the pinned tweet. We're also on Facebook. Search at G.N.A. Podcast, all one word. We're also partnered with Humble Bundle. Hey, why don't you tell us about Humble Bundle, Zyber?
Well, Humble Bundle is a game purchasing service that G.N.A. are partnered with. You can purchase games like you do normal, but why would you want to do that? Yeah, you can donate to charity. Even better. And also, if you're going to buy a game on, say, Steam, you can probably find it on Humble and support a charity. So you're killing two birds with one stone. All you have to do is put $partner equals G.N.A. podcast at the end of your link. If you're opening a link and it has a bunch of stuff after, just go right down to where the question mark is and drop that G.N.A. partner equals G.N.A. podcast, and you'll be good.
And this month we have made $38.85. So that's awesome. It's friggin' awesome. Glad for everybody who's jumping in. I'm supposed to say some more shit. Oh yeah! Do you like anime? Because we like anime. And if you like anime, join us Sunday nights at 19:30. Join us Sunday nights at 19:30 for Anime Night. Hosted by Zyber. Because Blue Shark left us. High and dry. Just left us.
Yeah, he filed divorce.
He just vaporized. Just left us.
He abandoned us.
It's kind of like my dad. Just left us. Said he was going to get some smokes. Haven't seen him in 15 years. No, I'm joking. I see my dad almost every day.
About to say, I met your dad.
Do you like horror movies? Go check us out on Horror Movie Night, which is the second Saturday of every single month. And if we find some interest in it, we're going to be doing it more. So if you want it, you show up, watch some horror movies. We'll watch some more. We'll do it more times. We also do Game Show Night, which is the first Saturday of each month. The past couple of months, we've kind of fizzled out on that for multiple reasons. But we're going to be kicking it back up, coming here in December 1st. And I might actually be streaming that from Daymog's house, depending on what happens. What else? Oh, hey, check out some of our friends. We already mentioned them, Brian and Susan over at TPC. Also, check out Josh of All Trades. He was one of the stars of G.N.A. Podcast Extra Life stream. He banked in a whole bunch of money for charity. He was amazing. He did the full 24 hours, cranked it out. I really look forward to seeing him next year and hopefully playing some games with him too. We'd also like to thank Morgan BS Photography for our new logo and artwork. Check him out at morganbs.com. You can email us at GNApodcast@GNA and your DNA.1 with questions, comments, death threats, We don't care. We'd love to hear from you. And if you have emailed us recently and we haven't read it, it's because I redid my phone and I forgot to add G.N.A. Podcast back to my phone so I could check email. But it's there now, and I'll see it soon. Last but not least, check out our website at
www.IHaveToPee.com. I believe that's GNApodcast.com, but I am going to piss.
Love it, Daymok. Have a great night, guys.
I'd like to point out it's been months since
You
I've
as
had
well,
to
man.
listen to one of those, and I still recognize it as it was happening. And yank the headphones off. Fucker.
Have a great night, gentlemen.
Good night.
You as well, brother.